So, Mrs. Farmer.
Yes.
Welcome to Tim Farmer's Country Kitchen. How are you today?
I'm doing really good. I'm hungry.
Are you hungry?
Yes.
Ooh, how did that magic pizza dough just appear right there? It's already risen.
I made that a couple hours ago.
You know what? Today we're going to make a pizza on the big green egg. You know what? Let's call this the BLT on the BGE.
Okay. I like that.
Get it?
I do. But don't have me repeat it.
It's a BLT pizza.
Right.
Now, while we were across the ocean, some people over there had a BLT pizza, and it was delicious. And the whole premise of the thing was basically BLT, okay?
Right.
You got all that, but you remember a while back when we made our Caesar dressing?
Very good.
Our homemade Caesar dressing.
Delicious.
Let's revisit that real quick. Let's take a look at that wonderful, fresh Caesar dressing. I mean, my goodness, it just pops in your mouth. There's nothing like it when it's fresh.
Good.
Let's just go ahead and get that started. The first 5 ingredients that I want to put together are 2 garlic cloves minced, a teaspoon of anchovy paste, don't brush your teeth with that, 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, 1 teaspoon of Dijon mustard, 1 teaspoon of Worcester or Worcestershire, however you want to say it. Take your first 5 ingredients, whip them together, 1 cup of Hellmann's mayonnaise, half a cup of Parmesan Reggiano, salt and pepper to taste, and you're good to go. We're going to take this, we're going to roll our dough out, we're going to put it on the big green egg, and we're going to get the temperature up to about 600 degrees or more. We're going to get the thing smoking hot. Now when we pull it out, we're going to put, the bacon's already going to be on it. That's going to be our meat topping. We're going to slice the tomatoes fresh. We're going to take some romaine hearts, lay on there, put our fresh Caesar dressing on it, and boom,
Pizza.
we have BLT.
That sounds really good.
Let's fire up the BGE for our BLT. All right, we're getting a mighty hot BGE, big green egg, you know.
I like that.
For our BLT pizza. We're gonna put some sauce on here. Hey, you know what? There's another show right there. We could show them how we can our marinara sauce. People ask how our tomatoes did, you remember? Let's look back at our cool way we did tomatoes. They did super well this year. Now, you know we did shut down when Nikki had her accident. So we actually didn't have time to do anything in the garden for almost 6 weeks. But they did absolutely wonderful. You know, I didn't even water them.
Yeah, they did good.
And they would hold that water in there when it rained and stuff. They did real well. Now, what do you think about that?
Smells good.
Do you want to go heavy on the sauce or light on the sauce?
I like that. It's perfect.
That right?
Perfect, perfect.
All right, we're not going to go too heavy. Now, Nikki and I have a little different idea on this, but here's our bacon. You could put that on top of the cheese, below it, however you want to do it. But we want plenty of bacon.
Because it's a BLT.
Because it's a BLT. My mouth is watering. Does
That looks good.
That already smells delicious. Now, we're coming back with the fresh tomato in a little while on the top. That's going to be our cold part, just like you'd have, you know, regular tomato. Oh my goodness, this is not going to be good.
I should eat it then if it's not going to be good. Yummy.
All right, we have achieved the 600 degree mark. Should we celebrate?
Let's do it.
All right, now, here's your basic pizza. Let's take this. Ooh, is that fire? Where there's fire, there must be pizza. Let's close her down and let her roll. Maggie wants some too. All right, now if you notice, the plate setter in there was in the down position.
Yeah.
Instead of like raised up on the legs.
Why'd you do that?
I talked to my buddy Michael, who's supposed to be on the show here very shortly. And he said that he's been doing it with those down.
Okay.
And he says it just seems to work better. So I tried it like that, and
That
looks like
looks
it turned out
good.
pretty good to me. Now,
That
we
looks
wanted a
good.
little thicker crust on that. Those were actually 2 Weisenberger bags
2
full of them.
Weisenberger, right.
We wanted a thick crust. Look at that. Now, that's
looks good.
mozzarella cheese. Now, here's the fun part. If you will, go ahead and cut up our tea part of the recipe. Let's go ahead and
You want them thin?
put the tea part.
Kind of thin? This knife is
that's
nice.
perfect. And we'll take those directly. I think that's good.
Good. All right.
Now, the L part,
The best part.
and this is just romaine hearts, organic romaine hearts.
That looks good.
And you know the great thing about this, like all our food, there's no calories.
Wow.
You know why?
Why?
Because when you take hickory, particularly hickory wood, seriously,
Okay.
and it gets above 600 degrees,
Wow.
as the flames rise, they absorb the mononuclear
So we should make cake on
of the
this
chatham cloakless.
with icing.
Yes, and what happens is it pulls every bit of the calories back into the charcoal that's left from the hickory.
Wow.
So actually, again, we're in a deficit in the calories
Okay.
here. We're going to lose weight. The more we eat of this,
Wow.
the more weight we're going to lose.
Now that's a neat looking pizza.
Well, we're not done yet.
I love it.
Remember the part where we made
Yeah,
our,
this is the best
our
part.
Caesar, homemade Caesar dressing? Oh, that won't be good.
That's too pretty to eat. You're gonna have to look at that.
Then we take this and put it across here.
Yum.
Like such. Look at that.
I like
Is
it.
that not the perfect?
That's a pretty pizza.
So Maggie, she didn't know she could bark
I didn't think she could bark.
until about 2 weeks ago.
Uh-huh.
Then one day, somebody was walking down the hill up there, I think it was Nathan, and she barked. And when she did it, she like had this look on her face like, wow, I did that? And she has not stopped. She walks in circles and just barks. And if it's a moonlit night, all night long.
More than, she barks a meter than Moses, I think. It's got a deep bark. I
Keeps
like
the boogers
it. That's
out.
right.
You want to cut it?
Oh, this looks so good. I'm afraid you do it, because I don't want to ruin it.
I think you do better
You
job
think I do
now.
right?
And we have some salad left over. Who wants some salad? Some more salad? I'll take that half.
That's yours? You don't want us a little bit smaller
I'll
piece?
take, yes.
How about right there?
Yeah, that looks good. Let's dig in. It's a big old honking piece of pizza.
Yes,
right
it
there.
is. That's good.
You know what? It tastes like BLT. There'll be people who say, oh, you got to have your stone in there already. Well, I'll tell you what, when you have something that hot, it's going to cook it. That took about maybe 2.5 minutes,
Yeah.
3 minutes. It was about 650 degrees, which we like. I looked in there through the top, and you don't want to do that because
You lost your
you might
eyebrows?
lose your eyebrows.
Okay.
But, and I watched it, almost immediately the cheese was melted. And when you have, if the stone is not in there, look at the bottom of that now.
Perfect. It came right off.
If the stone is not in there and already hot, guess what? It doesn't burn the bottom of the pizza.
Yeah.
We actually learned something there. We've been putting it in there hot. For convenience sake, today we did it like this. From now on, I will never put the stone in there. We'll pop it off on that and bring it out on this, cut it on that, and I think that's the key. So as we learn, hopefully you learn, that is quite possibly, no, that is the best pizza I've ever
Yeah.
eaten.
It's like we have our own pizza oven.
Oh,
Better than a
my.
pizza oven.
All right, you know what? We'll turn the cameras off, and I'll eat like
All the pizza?
another 4 or 5 pieces.
Okay.
And then we'll go on up to the cabin, the harvest cabin, where we're going to prepare
Pickled beets?
some of Grandma's pickled beets. And you know what? I started thinking about it. You know, when I wrote the theme song for the show, it was kind of the mission statement of the show. You know, it's about, you know, the things that we're going to do, the gardening, the making this kind of stuff. But we haven't made pickled beets yet on the show.
Right.
But you know what? It's time to make pickled beets. But there's something else you can do because the beets are already there. Your mother brought this to my attention. You came up with the fact that we need to do pickled beets. Then your mother says, I think she misheard you, and she says, you're making pickled eggs? And we're like, well,
Yes,
you
delicious.
need beet juice to make pickled eggs, so you got the byproduct right there.
Right.
Why not go ahead and fire it up? So let's go up and fire up some beets and eggs.
Sounds good to me.
Can you dig it?
I can.
Let's eat some pizza.